Alright, hello everybody. Here we are. I'm going to be going over some of these plays that I've drawn up on the Coaches app that Rami sent to me. It's been really helpful. The first play we're going to be looking at is the one with numbers. The numbers are meant to help y'all understand the sequence of events, and I'm also going to be explaining all the different shapes and lines and what they all mean. So, as you can see right here, to start the play, the forward has the ball, and the first pass is indicated by the solid black arrow, black arrow, solid black line. He's going to pass the ball from the wing to the MR, and the MR is the midfielder on the right side. It could signify right center mid or right defensive mid. In our case, with the formation we play, this is meant to signify the right defensive mid, MR. So the ball goes from the forward, our right attacking mid, to the right defensive mid. It doesn't take too long, maybe one or two touches for the RDM to pass it back to the forward. That's the second pass that you see with the number 2. And then the next sequence is this little squiggly line that leads to another pass. So the little squiggly line is meant to signify the right attacking mid doing a skill move, doing feints, whatever it might be to get past his defender, and it works. So as you can see, he gets past his defender on the right-hand side, down the wing, and then he's able to cut it inside and make the pass to the MC. The MC is the midfield center. In our formation, it's going to be our center attacking mid. So, in this case, OG is passing it to me. I'm the MC and OG's the right attacking mid. So as soon as OG gets the ball back from CDM and I see that he's going to try and take on his defender, I start making my run in behind those 3 or 4 defenders that you can see are trying to like contain me and OG. You can see they don't want us to get behind them, so I know that OG is about to try and get past his defender. If it works, then that means that he might be able to get a pass into me behind the defense, which is what ends up happening. And if it doesn't work and he has to drop back, he still has the CDM, that MR, checking in for him to make the pass. He should be open in case I'm not able to make a run in behind the defense, or in case OG isn't able to beat his defender. But luckily in this scenario, OG gets past his defender. I'm able to fight off the defender that's trying to stop me from getting in behind, and OG makes a pass indicated by the number 3. Fucking stomach feels like shit. Okay, so that's the final pass in this play. This play doesn't end up in a goal, so whenever I get the ball there, with that number 3 pass, I end up crossing it second post, looking for that left attacking mid, which is Shot Lamp, looking for him in that second post because all the defenders and the goalkeeper were sliding over to block the striker that was making a run in the penalty spot. So this is the way we want things to work, ideally. I made the chip to the back post. The left attacking mid wasn't able to get past his defender, and we didn't get a goal. They cleared it, and we had to play defense after this. But this is the way we want our offense to work. We want our winger, we want to give our winger the opportunity to dribble, to take on his defender, and we want our striker and our center attacking mid to be making the runs in behind in the spaces where we can be threatening the defense, the opposition. And then this is the other part that's important. You can see we're all making runs here, but I want the CDMs, the left one and the right one, to stay in that midfield area, just in case, like we said, if the pass isn't able to work, if OG has to turn around, if we lose the ball for any reason, we don't want both of our CDMs, or any of our CDMs in this case, to be making runs, because we already have 3 runs being made by all of our attackers, and the other attacker is going to be making the pass. So in this scenario, this is when I want the CDMs to just stay behind and not make runs in behind the defense, not make runs in the space, just stay as a passing option for the winger on the right side if he needs it, and then the left defensive midfielder stays right in the middle of the field in case we need to switch the ball and start going the other way. So this is the first this is the first play, and I'll go ahead into the second one. 1 second. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and look at the next 3. I think it's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're going to go ahead and look at the next 4 plays. Okay, so we went over the numbers and what all the lines are supposed to mean. Just a quick refresher. The dashed lines with the X at the end means that somebody's making a run, and the X means that's where the run ends. The solid lines with the arrows indicate passes. The squiggly lines with arrows at the end indicate somebody trying to take on their defender and it working. If it doesn't work, then you'll see an X at the end of the squiggly line instead of an arrow. So that explains all the offensive movements, and then the defensive movements are all pretty simple. It's just a straight line with a little block type of symbol at the end of it, meant to signify that that's where the defenders end up making their runs or following their responsibility. So that's all the little symbols and stuff explained. We'll go ahead and go into the next play that we're going to be looking at. And this one is coming down the left-hand side using our left back. So if I remember correctly, this is off a goal kick. We get the ball to our left center back. He gets it to the left back quickly, which is necessary because if you don't get the ball quick enough from the center back to the full back, doesn't matter which side you're going, you're going to give the other team time to press you and to lock down your passing options. So in this particular scenario, we were able to correctly and quickly pass the ball down the left-hand side, get it to our left back, and then our left back plays our left winger, our left attacking mid, right on the near the 50-yard line, right near the half line. And this is the important part. This is the important part, and this is where decision making comes into play. This is where sometimes I get frustrated if we pass the ball backwards, because as you can see, once the left wing, the left attacking mid gets the ball at the halfway line, I, as the cam, the MC, I'm making a run behind my defender to get open so I can be one-on-one with one of the fullbacks or the center backs. The left defensive mid, ML, moves into the space I was just in to check in for a pass in case the defender follows me. And at the exact same time, the striker is making a run in behind those center backs. So as I'm getting open in behind the CDM marking me, the striker's pulling those center backs away and giving me a lot of space in the middle. So what ends up happening in this play is that, as you can see, the right back from the other team, the one that's supposed to be pressing our left winger, doesn't press, and he just gets scared and just starts dropping back. So because of that, the left winger sees that, and he smartly, I think this was Shotlamp, he plays a through ball to the striker making the run in behind the center backs, and it was perfectly timed, and our striker ended up getting the ball in behind the center backs, passing it to Shotlamp, who's making this far post run on the right side, and it's an easy tap in with no goalie anywhere near the person taking the shot. So this play was worked to perfection. We got a little bit lucky that their defenders weren't paying attention. They didn't press at the right moments. They were being a little bit sloppy on defense, and that's when we took advantage. But let's say the right back from the other team does press correctly, and let's say our striker makes the run a little bit too early and he's offsides. That means that the left winger is not going to have anyone to pass it to, and he's going to be being pressed. He's not going to be able to take it down the wing. So this is also important because in this scenario, whatever, as you can see, the striker and the right wing, OG and Calvin, are both making runs in behind the defense. I'm letting them do that, and I'm not wanting to follow them because I'm going to stay in this space right in front of their center backs, right in front of their entire defense, right behind their CDMs. That's an important part. It's behind the CDMs and in front of the center backs where I want to find the ball. Because if this pass doesn't go through to Calvin, to our striker, then boom, I'm right here in that midfield space, wide open. All the center backs have dropped back trying to mark the runs from both of our attackers, the right wing and the striker. And then I have all the time and space to find another pass on the right side, to come back down the left side if the left winger is making a 1-2, to find the striker, the right winger, and a quick little slip in pass on top of the box. This is super important, this play, just because if we don't make the right decision here, it loses we lose momentum and we lose the opportunity to score. Thankfully, like I said, the left winger, the left back make quick passes, smart passes, and we're able to get in behind the defense, and this leads to a goal versus a TBL team. You'll be noticing if y'all guys go back to the footage that all of these plays come from TBL competition versus other tournament teams versus games that we didn't even win. We maybe just got a good goal. So I'm not focusing on the easy games where we can score 5 goals or 7 goals. I'm focusing on the games where we only get 1 or 2 goals and trying to make that 3 or 4 the next time we play because we have to make our offense more efficient, um, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and go to the third play now. All right, so this third play is another goal kick scenario, very similar to the one that we just saw. The only difference is that this other team, I'm not sure if it's the same team or not, they press better. In this scenario, they press better. So because of that, you can see the ball goes to the left center back, checking in for the goal kick. And instead of going to the left back, I see that these guys are holding a really fine line that they're gonna press that left back with 2 people and they're gonna be pressuring him to either just get rid of it or pass it backwards. So instead of doing that, passing to the left back like we did in the play before, I see that the left winger is checking in like he should be. So I pass him, I ping him the ball in the air straight to the left winger, and because the defense is pressing up and trying to maintain a tight shape, expecting me to pass to the left back. Because of that, it gets in behind their forwards, their midfielders, and now their entire defense is scrambling. Just with one pass from the center back to the left winger, we were able to get past their entire offensive press and their midfield press as well, and now we have them on the back foot. This opportunity right here doesn't end up leading to a goal, but it led to great chance that ended up getting blocked. So this is also important because this shows another way that we can work it down the wing quick and efficiently and take advantage of a team that's trying to high press us. So let's go back to the play here. As I was saying, I get the ball as the left center back. I see Shot Lamp checking in as the left wing and all of the other team pressing up on us, ready to attack. Play the ping over the top ball to the winger, and as that is happening, you can see the MC, the cam. It's my player, my character. I make a run right into that space where the left winger just vacated. And the reason I make this run is because I know, hey, they're pressing really high, the other team, and my left winger just had to check in like a CDM almost to receive the ball. That means that no one on defense on the other team is going to be expecting me to be making a run down that left wing because they just saw the left wing get the ball and have to be dropped so deep. So they're going to think, okay, left wing has the ball, let's just contain them here. So instead of letting them contain us, like you can see, they're all going to press the forwards making the runs and try to contain us, instead of letting them do that and me staying in the midfield where I'm going to be marked by 2 or 3 defenders, I make that run into the space out wide where the left wing has left vacated, and he makes the pass to me. And right here is where all the runs come together. As I'm making the first pass to the wing from the center back to the winger, and then the second pass from the winger to the center attacking mid, making the run down the wing. As that's happening, the striker and the right winger are also trying to find space. You can see the striker curls back around and then wants to attack straight down the middle. The right winger is drifting on this right side. This is OG. He's really good at drifting and just getting in behind the defense. And he also sees that he doesn't have anybody marking him down this side. So he's also wanting to get right in behind. So this is where it all comes together in the second pass. The second pass that I received from the left winger as a cam, I see these 2 runs from the striker and the right wing, and I know that they're open. So that's what I try. You can see with the final arrow, it goes right on top of the box into that little yellow circle. That yellow circle means gold. That's where we're going to find our goals. But the ball ends up getting deflected on the last pass, and it goes closer to the goalkeeper than I wanted, and the goalkeeper ends up being able to pick it up. So this didn't end up leading to a goal, but this counterattack, this smart way of passing, was able to get us out of the press, able to get us into the other team's attacking third. And as you can see, we were making runs that were out of our position. The left wing was checking in like a CDM. The center attacking mid, me, I was making a run like a left winger. And then you'll see, if you see the footage, the MR, the right defensive mid, ends up taking my space at cam. So this is an important play because it shows that off-ball movement into the space, not just into your designated area, movement into the open space, ends up opening things for your teammates as well. So this was really important just to show that. Let me go ahead and take a look at the final 2 plays, and then we'll be done here. Okay, so this is a counterattack. This is a counterattack with OG receiving the ball, almost like a cam, really deep next to the CDMs. And you can see again, I've made my run from the midfield. I've already predicted that OG was going to check in because they were pressing so much, the other team. So I predicted that, and I'm already on this right side. The MC, the cam, that's my player. I'm already on the right side, ready to receive the ball. Maybe a little bit too early, to be fair. So what ends up happening here is we end up winning the ball on defense. The right back, the DR, passes it to OG, and this is where the play starts. This is where the arrows start. So OG gets the ball in open space because he had to check in, trying to help out on defense, and because he's checking in, he's already going to be marked by 2 players. You can see they have a fullback and then they have a CDM ready to mark him and mark the pass. And they're paying attention to me on this right side because, as you can see by the movement of the defenders, they all start shifting towards the right because they see that that's where I'm trying to get the space or the ball. So OG does something really smart here. Instead of forcing this pass in between that CDM and the fullback trying to close him down, he stutters a little bit, he spins around, and then he has all this space down the wing to play me the ball. Quick pass to my feet, just like I always ask for. And then, just as that's happening, our striker is making a run right in between. As you can see, there's only 2 center backs. There's only 2 defenders back because we're catching them on a quick counterattack. The striker notices that. I notice that. So the striker makes a run in behind those center backs, and he times it to perfection. Just as I get the ball, I see him making his run. I make the pass. It's onside. He's wide open, in on goal, and he ends up scoring. This was another really big goal that we had in the TBL tournament versus a really good team. And this is sometimes the situations that we're going to be tossed in. Is situations where we only have 3 attackers and they have 4 defenders. And we can choose to be aggressive and try to do over the top through ball and try to find the striker. Or we can pass it backwards and try to just keep the ball. I'm of the mindset that I want to try to score every time I get the ball and the other team's attacking third. So that's why as soon as I get the ball from OG, I make the pass even though the striker is nearly offside. I even go back and check the footage. It's the closest offsides I've ever seen. Even though he's almost offsides, I say fuck it. I'm making the pass because I want to be aggressive here. And that's the same type of aggression I'm looking for from our other wingers and our other center attacking mids. Because there's the golden circle at the end of the striker's run. That's what ends up happening. That's what ends up working. We end up scoring. But there's another golden circle right in the middle of the field. And the reason I put that there is because if this striker ended up making his run a little bit too early and he was way off sides, then just by doing what we did here, me and OG opening up this space and getting it down the wing to where there's no defenders, now all the defense is shifting towards me. So even if I can't get this pass to the striker, I have all this space right here in the midfield where OG is going to be checking into, or one of the other forwards or defensive mids is going to be checking into. So this also goes to show that sometimes the reason you want to beat the press and be aggressive like OG did here isn't just because you want to get a goal. It's also to free up space in the midfield for your other teammates to be able to check in. So great job by OG here. He left me with 2 great opportunities, and we ended up getting the goal. All right, I think this is the last one. So this one's a little bit more complicated. I saved this to the end because this one wasn't as obvious. This one, everything was moving very fast. As you can see, there's lots of runs happening, and we ended up not making the right pass in this situation, but I thought it was still really good off the ball movement from everybody, and I think we can end up scoring a few goals like this. So what you're going to see here is the ball starting off in the midfield, and once again, it's not the CDM checking into that space. It's the left wing, the left attacking mid, Shotlamp checking in. He sees that the other team is being aggressive, trying to press up, so he vacates his wing, checks into this little midfield area. The goalkeeper plays him the ball, and then he heads it to this left back, Rami, that was making the run down the wing because he saw exactly what Shotlamp saw. So this is really smart team play, really smart reading the defense from Shotlamp and from Rami. Shotlamp checks into the space. Goalkeeper sees him, plays the ball. He fights for it. He wins it. Rami's already making the run down the sideline past him. Plays Rami to his feet. And then Rami from here has 2 options. As you can see, the forward is making a run in between the 3 center backs, or in between those 2 center backs on his side. There's 3 center backs, but he's making a run in between 2 of them. I'm making a run as the cam, as the MC, right into that left wing space again. But obviously, I don't get to the very end of the run until later in the play. So at this point in the play, I'm probably about still in the midfield, barely starting to go upfield. Like, I'm really close to Rami here. Rami has a decision to make, and I'm glad he makes this one. Rami can either pass it to the striker or pass it to me. If he passes it to me while I'm still in this midfield space and I'm not in behind the defenders, I'm not able to do anything besides maybe just over the top through a ball to one of the attackers. Instead, he passes it to the striker. The striker drags all these defenders back and towards the middle, and then I continue my run, and I'm through on this left wing, and I'm onside. I went back and checked the footage. I'm through and onside on this left wing. Just as the striker gets the ball, he has the opportunity to play me in, and I'm going to be able to run through on goal and maybe even find OG in the far post. That's not what ends up happening. That's what I wish would happen. What instead happens, instead of making that pass to me down the left wing, he turns around, and as you can see, there's this LDM, the ML, making a run all the way deep, a little question mark run from all the way deep in between the defense, and he's taking my space at cam. There's nothing wrong with that, and that's exactly what I want the CDMs to do when I go down the wing. But the forward should have seen that my run was in behind the defense, and that this LDM was going to be trapped in space in the midfield because I'm running in behind the center backs. The LDM's running in behind the midfielders. He's still going to have to deal with the defense. So this is the situation where you have to pick the right pass. If he would have picked it out to me on the left wing, boom, I'm through on goal. I even have OG making a run on the far post. But because he didn't play it into the open space and behind the defense, and he played it backwards or sideways to somebody else next to him, slows down the play. OG's run has been overran. Everything gets discombobulated. As soon as the LDM gets the ball there, he just tries doing an over-the-top through ball like I said I would have tried doing if I got in the same space, and it ends up not working. So this is a good prime example of finding the right pass to the right person. Rami could have passed it to me, but he would have given me the exact same problem that the LDM ended up with. He would have given me the ball in a space where I still had to go against the center backs, and then I have the CDMs pressing me in my back. Instead of doing that, Rami passes to the striker, lets him fight with the center backs, and then boom, it frees me up. We missed that pass, but at the end of the day, like I said, it was really good offensive ball movement. And I think playing these type of games versus good competition just makes us better at the end of the day. All right, so that's the end. I'm going to go ahead and post this quickly, try to get it out to you guys. I'm going to try to be doing this at least once a week. Just quick little tactical analysis to help everyone understand and to help everyone see the game in the same way. But I'll see y'all later today. I hope you have a good rest of y'all's day. Bye.